Hello everyone and welcome back to Racing Pass. My name is Freddie and here we are at the start of our Indianapolis Endurance Race Circuit 2005 and look at the new 1.6.9.9 update for Automobilista 2, including the Historical Endurance Pack Part 2. We're in the brand new Seline S7R, so we're going to try and make it through the first couple of corners nice and clean. As we've got bags of understeer, we're going to chuck it around the outside of the Aston, but no, not quite enough space there. As we've started again towards the back of our GT1 pack, see if we can chuck it down inside here. Lovely. And there we go, another space, another place. I haven't really done much practice, so my aim is to get as many places up as quickly as possible, because I imagine when everything sort of spreads out, I don't think our pace is going to be quite there with the rest of the AIs as we make another place up ahead of the C5 Corvette. And on to the banking, so we've just got bags of understeer once again. We should hopefully make it around the banking without lifting. Yeah, lovely, okay. Just the first part is, yeah, loads of understeer. But anyway, yes, here we are. It's a multi-class race, should be about 30 minutes or so. LMP1s, LMP2s, we're in the GT class and we're in the GT1 class, and then there are also GT2 classes of cars, so a bit of traffic management towards later in the race, as we've got the Aston right up behind us. I think there's a Viper as well. Always got a bit of smoke there. This has got a Viper backwards, but we'll capitalise on that. A couple of places there. And where are we up to now? We're probably up to 6th place now. I think we're in a good position. Doesn't look like there's anyone behind me after that spin, so we just need to settle down and find out how to drive this car. It seems to be very understeery at times. And sort of does something funny mid-corner. I think it's because I've got I don't think I've got stability control on. It does sometimes feel like it, so I need to look at that. But otherwise it's got ABS traction control, just left over from the settings when I was doing my video for the 2005 Imola Grand Prix in the R25 Renault. So you want to check that out, please do. But we're now going to be focusing on our favourite endurance racing. So as part of the Historical Endurance Pack Part 2, the cars that are added, you have the Lister Storm, you've got the Saleen S7 that we're in now for the GT1 class of car, and then for the GT2 class you've got the Spiker C8, the Panos Esperante, and the TVR T400R. And then for the GTR 2004 class, you've got the Gillette Vertigo, and in the Trofeo class you have the Maserati Grand Sport as well. So there's quite a few. And then as a free car you get the Milano 55 GT1 and GT1 2005 class. So that's certainly one I would like to have a look at. Yes, also Indianapolis is part of the previous update for the historical track pack, so I thought I'd give it a go. And doing some research, it seems weird that there really wasn't many endurance races on the GP circuit, really at all until recently. Obviously IMSA race it now for the past couple of years or so. apart from the F1 back in the noughties, yeah, Indianapolis really wasn't used other than for obviously the Indy 500, the Formula 1, between, what's that, 2000, 2007, and that was it really. You got the 8 hours that started in 2020 for GT and GT3 and GT4 class of cars, and it was part of the Rolex Sport Car Series in 2013. But apart from that, it's all been sort of since 2020 really that they've included way more sort of sports cars and utilising the Grand Prix circuit. I know IndyCar in the month of May used the GP circuit and then do the Indy 500. I think it was 2014 was the 2014 would have been IMSA as we go wide in the first corner. Yes, that's when it transitioned, wasn't it, from the American Le Mans Series and Rolex Sports Cars into one racing series in 2014. So there was a couple of years of sports cars. And that was it. I'm saying, and it seems weird because I've not really, watching the recent IMSA races for the GTP cars, I've not really rated those races here at Indy. I've not been a massive fan of the infield circuit, the GP circuit. It's been going far too hot, but somehow I managed to make it stick. I don't know, I just don't think the racing's been that great. I don't think this track lends itself. But then looking at like the 8 hours and for GT3 and GT4 cars, I think that has worked. So perhaps, maybe, I don't know, maybe just having too many different classes of cars, that doesn't sort of help itself, but certainly looking back, like I feel like the American Le Mans Series or the Rolex Sports Car Championship or whatever American Racing Series between the 2000s and the going into like 2010, I don't know, just something seems, well, I don't know if it's because the F1 race there and it just sort of gave it a high profile sort of racing circuit, if you know what I mean. How then, because the American Le Mans Series, they used a load of oval circuits, infields as part of their roster of tracks that they used. I think Las Vegas as well, and obviously Daytona. That wasn't really for the American Le Mans Series, and that was for Rolex. But sort of historically, a lot of endurance racing in America would use the infield of oval circuits, and it always seems weird that this one never did. So I thought I'd give it a go in AMS2 and see how it goes. Currently we haven't built, the Corvette in front of us has built a massive gap in front of us, as we're still trying to work out the quirks of this Saleen, as that's the best I've taken that corner so far, so we must be doing something. But also no one seems to be catching us behind, so when I'm saying that, actually I can, there's, I that's a couple of cars behind us actually, so maybe we're going to have to put on a bit of a defence. Or ideally, as we go a little bit wide, a bit of a off-track moment there. I feel like the Corvette's a little bit closer now, so maybe we are gaining. As we can hear those V12'd Aston and Maserati behind us there as they get ever so closer. Okay, I think I'm putting in good laps now. I feel like I've learnt the car now, which is always helpful during a race. Although I could have done for a slightly higher gear in 6th, because I think we're going to hit the limiter. Yeah, I think we're on the limiter there, aren't we? We're definitely closing, so we need to ideally catch that Corvette before the others behind us catch us. Well, at some point, those LMP cars are going to want to catch. Oh, okay, the Aston's right there. I have to leave him a bit of gap. I saw his nose there just in the corner. I need them to start fighting themselves, and I need to get a move in. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. I did notice there was a little bit of glitching in the sort of that centre display behind the wheel at certain points of the track, but that seemed to have stopped now. But I think they're going to release a version 1 once this is out of this update, so just to obviously go over anything that's that needs fixing. Although I do, it does look like it's stopped now, so again, I would not be adverse to blaming my system. But yeah, no, I say, yeah, I really do feel like an American Le Mans Series race like this, or a Rolex sports car race back then really would have fitted in well. As the Aston has gone sideways there, it looks like he's been spun, possibly one of the Maseratis that was behind us, but that's going to give us a bit of time. But yeah, just looking at the what cars raced, I mean, really in the noughties when the F1 was racing, it was only the support series for the F1 that racing it. You got the Ferrari 360 Challenge, Porsche Carrera Cup, and you got Formula BMW and the Indy Pro Series, which was what Indy Lights was. I can't remember what it is now. Was it Indy NXT or something? And that was it for that original Grand Prix layout. And then you had the modified Grand Prix road course, and that was for the 2013 Brickyard Grand Prix, which was the Rolex Sports Car Series. And then that was yeah, and then you had it again in 2014 for what was then IMSA. And that was that. Right, we've gained a lot of time up now with that Corvette, so we are slowly, ever so slowly catching. looks like it's just starting to get into our eye line. The shadow's getting long. There's a slight orangey hue to everything now, so I think we're getting on. Just clip the apex there. We clipped it a little more there. Went a little bit wide. Clip the grass. Gotta be careful on the brakes because the rear does want to step out. A little lift to get the nose pointed in the right direction. Turn it in. The longest left-hander. Keep it wide so then you can get a good exit without going track limits. I think that was okay. And then just under the bridge. Right, turn in a little bit late. Again, I do feel like there's a bit of stability control on, or there's something funny happening at that corner. Trying to get a good exit. It's important to get this one right, as it's going to basically be our momentum all the way down to turn 1. Trying to get the car turned in there, so maybe it was just cold tyres with the amount of understeer we were getting. Definitely doesn't feel like there's much oversteer apart from turn 3 braking into turn 4. But we're definitely closing. And we've got the Maserati there, just in the mirror there, just coming back into view. Yeah, that's sort of the oversteer bit just before there. So definitely a Maserati and a Corvette behind us. I'm not entirely sure what position we're in. I think this is for 6th still, I believe. The other cars have disappeared. I have no idea where they're gone. Been so concentrating on that Corvette. Yeah, I've failed to notice that there are other cars in this race. Which at some point you should get the LMP1 leaders coming through. That's that V12 on that Maserati is getting louder and louder. I'm going to assume he's got the legs on us on the straight. Sounds like he's right behind us now. Yeah, it definitely seems to be in the first sector. We close right up, and then he must have the legs on us on that straight. If I'd done some practice, I've obviously done a slightly longer gear. A little bit wide, but 2 wheels are still within the right line, so I think that's okay. Oh, yeah, and again it's weird because I broke earlier and went slower but understeered off, and the other times I feel like I've always gone in too fast and somehow it catches. But again, that could just be my driving. Well, hopefully we're close enough for a little bit of a slipstream here. We've definitely slowly but surely caught up with this Corvette. Which is in that French blue that they did for Le Mans 1 year. and I don't think the cars did very well, so they went back. They never went back to the blue, went back to the yellow after that. Which, you know, not superstitious, but I'll probably do the same. And also the Corvette is iconic for having that yellows. The Maserati's down the inside. And so that Corvette's still the same distance behind us, so definitely those Maseratis are absolutely in a different league compared to us heavy front, I say front engine, and it's not front engine, is it? Heavy American muscle, and those light Italian exotics definitely have the edge over us. But hopefully these guys will fight and make a mistake, and I shall close up and I guess that'd be 6th. It looks like the Maserati's already gone, and he's probably going to disappear off into the distance. So he's definitely gapped us. The moment he got past us, that was... Well, the Corvette's defending. That's good for us. Oh dear, we're on the grass, somehow saved that. I don't think I would have. I feel like there's stability control on, honestly. I'll absolutely put my hands up and say I would have lost that. So still fighting up front. But I suppose we should talk about the Saleen S7. I mean, it was a fairly successful car. It started out, it first came out in year 2000 at the what was it, Laguna Seca. It did finish, but down in 26th, and that's sort of towards the end of the season anyway, so that was more of a test. And then it came out probably in 2001, it did Daytona, it did a 12 Hours of Sebring where it finished 6th, which I think is pretty good for a debut at Sebring. That was Conrad, and I think got its first win in the Spanish GT at Valencia, which also had the Easter Storm. Obviously had some Vipers in there, so it was quite a competitive field of cars, sort of similar to what the British GT would have been. I'm sure there was a French GT as well. Obviously people in Germany had their own one. As we're now running into some GT2 traffic, it's closed everyone up nicely. Is he going to be able to get past that Ferrari? He's going to chuck it on the inside. Oh, we hadn't lined that up properly. If we had, we could have taken the Corvette and steered wide, but we're going to be right behind him. We're going to understeer all the way out to the outside of the circuit. Should get a nice toe down. We've got Porsche there. Are we going to be able to clear? No, they're quite fuzzy. The Maserati didn't clear it because we're very close to the back of that Corvette. Wasn't quite going for a move because we did not have the straight line speed. Ooh, as the Porsche gets all out of shape there. But the battle goes on, as I can see an LMP1 car behind us. That's Here it is all at once, all the classes all at once. Here we go. So hopefully we don't get nerfed off by an LMP1, although I do feel the AI are, as we go down the inside, don't quite make it stick. I'm going to get past him before the LMP1s get involved, but I feel like they're already here. There he is. He's going to send it down the inside. I'm going to give him space. Oh, as we hit the curb. This is going to get... I feel like it's going to get really messy, isn't it? Alright, past the Porsche finally. Again, we nudged it back up to the top of the circuit. Can we get past this Ferrari? Going to give him space. We need to get past this Porsche. They don't seem to be that different in top line speed for the LMP1 cars. He's still there. We get past the Porsche. The LMP1's inside the Maserati. Now the LMP1's in the way. They won't manage to get past either of these cars yet. I mean, this is all we want, right, from multi-class racing. Also, we haven't steered wide there, but we should get a nice run, or not. Yeah, this is what it's about, isn't it? The sun setting on the American circuit. We're in a V8-powered GT1 car, understeering here, there, and everywhere. And there's all sorts of cars around. And this is, as I say, this is only for 6th, and I love this. This is great. As we lose a little bit of ground there, I think perhaps some overheated tyres. It does feel quite mysterious again. Hopefully these guys will get held up. More laps, so I'll try and get past these two Porsches. Also going very defensive, those two. Compromise their line into turn 1. Certainly a better racing line from us. And we've got a load more GT2 cars up ahead, as well as another LMP car behind us. Just saw them in our mirrors. He's probably going to have us in the same spot that last one had us. We were a little nudge there. We finally got close enough up to actually nudge the car in front. After nearly 30 minutes of racing. I'm trying to get out the inside of this Porsche. Oh, a little bit of touch. And there goes the LMP1 car. That's very close. Right, I feel like this is the last lap. So we're gonna try and get 6. There's a little bit of contact, there's 4 cars into 1. We should get the Corvette here if we're gonna go around the outside, but the Ferrari's there. Oh dear, I'm gonna chuck it down in the inside. The Ferrari's still on the circuit, I think we're 3 wide at this point. We've made the move stick, we're through, we're finally past the Corvette. Back into where we were after that Maserati overtook us. He's being held up by all these Ferraris. This is the closest we've been. For the last lap move. We're going to split the Ferrari down the inside. We've got it stopped, we're going to close the door quite aggressively. I think we made it stick. We're going to have to park the bus. Make sure he doesn't go around the outside of us. Try and get a good run. I think that's it. I think we've made those two positions stick on the last lap for 6th overall. No, 6th in class. Not sure where we are overall. As the sun sets at Indianapolis, after a half-an-hour battle with that Corvette and Maserati. Last corner, last lap. This is why I love Automobilista 2. This is absolutely fantastic racing against the AI. If you get the difficulty just right, so for me it's about 105%, it's just beautiful racing. Really enjoyed that. Certainly one of my best races I've had in AMS2. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, because I loved that. Do feel free to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more content like this. If you want to join our Discord, then the link is in the description below to talk about anything racing in the past, future videos, current series and so on. But thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch you next time.